Luna Lovegood is one of the most fascinating characters in Harry Potter. What makes her stand out even more is how perfectly the actress captured her essence, just as she was described in the books. She's kind, brave, and unique, with an eccentric charm that sets her apart. Probably the strangest character in the entire series. She spoke at odd moments, believed in things others dismissed as nonsense, wore bizarre outfits, and had a peculiar way of talking. But why was she so unusual? What lay behind her dreamy kindness? Luna's past holds secrets that shaped her in ways few realize. Luna was a proud Ravenclaw, which meant she was highly intelligent. Some even argue she would have fit in Gryffindor, given her bravery. A year younger than Harry, she met him, Ron, and Hermione only in her 4th year. At first, her classmates mocked her for her odd appearance, strange speech, and distant demeanor. But as the battle against Voldemort unfolded, Luna proved her courage and brilliance, earning everyone's respect. She fought Death Eaters, hunted Horcruxes, and stood with Dumbledore's army against the Dark Lord. After the war, she married and became a renowned magizoologist, traveling the world to study magical creatures and discovering entirely new species. Her unusual nature was deeply rooted in her past. Luna's parents, Xenophilius and Pandora Lovegood, were anything but ordinary. Her mother, a gifted witch, loved experimenting with spells. But one of her experiments went horribly wrong. She died right before 9-year-old Luna's eyes. This tragedy left a mark on the little girl. She withdrew into herself, finding solace in fantasy and the unseen. Her father, equally eccentric, adored her. After losing his wife, he poured all his love into Luna, shielding her from reality with whimsical stories and magical ideas. He raised her in a world where the impossible seemed possible, where creatures others dismissed as myths were real. Luna's oddities had clear reasons. Her unique fashion sense mirrored her father's. Her detachment came from being raised in a bubble of imagination, a way to escape the grief of losing her mother. The quiet sadness beneath her dreamy exterior was a wound from childhood that never fully healed. But despite, or maybe because of, her quirks, Luna is one of the most beloved characters. She carried pain, yet remained strong, kind, and compassionate, not just to people, but to all living beings. What do you think of Luna Lovegood? Luna Lovegood never quite fit into the mold of a typical Hogwarts student, but that was precisely what made her so special. While others were caught up in the rigid structures of houses, rivalries, and expectations, Luna drifted through the castle as if following a path only she could see. Her presence was often met with whispers and sidelong glances. People found her odd, perhaps even unsettling. She didn't seem to care. If someone called her loony, she would simply smile as if they had just paid her a compliment. When people stole her belongings, her shoes, her books, even her wand, she never retaliated. Instead, she calmly accepted it, sometimes making quiet remarks about rackspurts clouding their judgment. She had a way of seeing the world differently, as if peering beyond the veil of ordinary reality. While Hermione relied on facts and logic, Luna trusted intuition and belief. To her, unseen creatures like Nargles weren't ridiculous. They were simply part of the world that others refused to acknowledge. Her friendships, though few, were profound. Harry, Ron, and Hermione initially regarded her with the same skepticism as everyone else. But as time passed, they realized there was something extraordinary about Luna. She never lied. She never judged. She accepted people as they were without trying to change them. She was one of the few who truly understood Harry. When he struggled with the weight of being the chosen one, when he felt isolated and misunderstood, Luna saw him not as a hero, but as a boy who had lost too much. She spoke to him plainly, without pity, reminding him that he wasn't as alone as he believed. One of the most defining moments of their friendship came after Sirius Black's death. While others fumbled for words of comfort, Luna simply told him about her mother. She spoke of the tragedy without bitterness, as though she had made peace with it long ago. "You heard them, didn't you?" she asked, referring to the voices beyond the veil in the Department of Mysteries. Harry hesitated before nodding. "That means they're not really gone," she said with a quiet certainty. "Not completely." It was the kind of reassurance Harry never found in books or logical explanations. Luna's belief in the unseen, whether it was thestrals, lost souls, or the strange creatures she spoke of, gave him hope in a way nothing else could. But Luna was more than just kind words and whimsical beliefs. When the time came to fight, she fought. She joined Dumbledore's army without hesitation. She stood alongside Harry and his friends in the Department of Mysteries, facing off against fully grown Death Eaters. She held her own in the Battle of the Astronomy Tower and later in the Battle of Hogwarts. She was taken captive in her 6th year, held in the dungeons of Malfoy Manor alongside Ollivander. Even then, she remained calm, her presence a quiet source of strength for the Wandmaker, who had nearly given up hope. When Dobby arrived to rescue them, Luna was the first to thank him. She treated him with the same warmth she showed everyone else, proving that kindness was not a weakness but a quiet form of bravery. After the war, Luna's life took an unexpected turn. She could have chosen any path, ministry work, teaching, even a career as an Auror. Instead, she followed her heart. She traveled the world in search of magical creatures, documenting species that others dismissed as myths. Some laughed at her. They thought she was chasing fairy tales, but Luna never let the opinions of others dictate her path. Over the years, she made remarkable discoveries, proving that her instincts had been right all along. She eventually married Rolf Scamander, grandson of Newt Scamander, the famous magizoologist. Together, they built a life filled with adventure, spending their days in far-off lands, studying creatures no one else dared to approach. But no matter how far she traveled, Luna never forgot her past. She remained close to her friends, always returning for weddings, birthdays, and quiet reunions at the Burrow. She was the kind of friend who could disappear for months, yet when she returned, it was as if no time had passed at all. Years later, when she had children of her own, Luna raised them with the same openness and wonder her father had given her. She taught them to see the world not just as it was, but as it could be. She told them stories of Raxburts and Nargles, of Thestrals and Bowtruckles, of great battles and quiet acts of bravery. And though the world around her continued to change, Luna Lovegood remained exactly as she had always been, fearlessly herself. What do you think made Luna so special?